Hi, and welcome to another story time. Today, I thought we'd read some flower books and then make a 3D flower. Our first story is called My Garden. My mother has a garden. I'm her helper. I water, I weed, and I chase away the rabbits so that they don't eat all the lettuce. It's hard work, and my mother's garden is very nice. But if I had a garden, there would be no weeds, and the flowers would keep blooming and never die. In my garden, the flowers could change color just by my thinking about it. Pink, blue, green, purple, even patterns. And if you picked a flower, another would grow right back in its place. In my garden, the rabbits wouldn't eat the lettuce because the rabbits would be chocolate and I would eat them. If I planted seashells, I'd grow seashells. If I planted jelly beans, I'd grow a great big jelly bean bush. Sometimes in my garden, good, unusual things just pop up. Buttons and umbrellas and rusty old keys. In my garden, there would be birds and butterflies by the hundreds, so that the air was humming with wings. The tomatoes would be as big as beach balls, and the carrots would be invisible, because I don't like carrots. At night, the morning glories would stay open, shining like stars, and the strawberries would glow like lanterns. It is night now. Only the fireflies and the porch lights are glowing. Before bed, I take one seashell from the shelf in my room and go to the garden. I poke the seashell into the ground. Who knows what might happen? I cover it up with dirt and pat down the dirt with my foot. "What are you doing?" asked my mother. "Oh, nothing," I say. "Just working in the garden." And there's that seashell trying to grow. Our next story is called The Digger and the Flower. It was morning and the big trucks were ready to work. "Let's hoist," said the crane. "Let's push," said the dozer. "Let's dig," said the digger. Together they built tall buildings for working. They built roads for driving and bridges for crossing. They built and built until the loud whistle blew. "I'm beat," said the crane. "Me too," said the dozer. But the other big trucks took a break, but Digger did not. He had found something in the rubble. "Hello there," he said. The flower was tiny, but it was beautiful. Every day, while the other big trucks built, Digger visited the flower. He watered it when its leaves looked dry. He shielded it on windy days, and just before he switched off for the night, Digger sang the flower a bedtime song. The flower grew, but the city grew too. Soon every space had been filled, every space but one. "We need to put a building here," said the crane. Dozer started his engine. Before Digger could stop him, Dozer blew a big puff of smoke and cut the flower down. The other big trucks went back to work, but Digger did not. When the smoke cleared, Digger saw something in the rubble. "Little seeds," he said. He scooped them up and drove. He drove past the tall buildings, past the furthest house on the furthest street. He drove to a place no truck had ever been. There, Digger stopped. He dug and scooped and tucked the seeds into the warm earth. Every day, Digger cared for the seeds. He watered them when their leaves looked dry. He shielded them on windy days. And just before he switched off for the night, Digger sang the flowers a bedtime song. And there are the flowers out in the country. Our third book is called What Does Bunny See? In a cottage garden, flowers in their bed, Bunny hopping down the path. What she sees is red. Blushing scarlet poppies bloom just above her head. In a cottage garden, past the pussy willow, Bunny nibbles tender shoots. What she sees is yellow. Primroses are nestled low in their leafy pillows. In a cottage garden, hear the water burble, Bunny drinking from the stream. What she sees is purple. Violets nod their heads in time to the songbirds' warble. In a cottage garden, ears and whiskers clean, Bunny finds a patch of lawn. What she sees is green. Grass is growing lushly with clovers in between. In a cottage garden, plip and plop and plink, Bunny freezes, twitchy nose. What she sees is pink. Water lilies, landing pads, and bulging eyes that blink. Look, a frog. In a cottage garden, peeping from below, Bunny sees a cheerful color that begins with O. Orange. Freckled tiger lilies dance, putting on a show. In a cottage garden, can she wiggle through? Bunny digging by the fence. What she sees is blue. Morning glory yawning wide. Bunny's yawning too. In a nest of grasses, snuggled warm and tight, Bunny dreams a rainbow dream, colors blooming bright. She saw lots of colors, didn't she? Okay, what we're going to do is make a big 3D flower. See, it has petals that are loops. Okay, so what you're going to need for this flower is a green stem. Mine is about 1 inch wide. And then we're going to also need a leaf, a circle for the inner flower, and then you pick a color and you 3/4 of an inch wide by 8 inches high, and you need 8 of these strips. And to make the flower, you put the strips in a circle, glue them in a circle. I glued only about half the circle just to show you. And then once you glue one end of the strip to the circle, you put another dot of glue on, and then bring the other end of the strip down to the dot of glue so that you make the loop like that. See? Okay, and so what you do is make all the loops. You'd make all the loops and then put your center circle on the flower, and there you have your 3D flower. I hope you enjoy making your flower. Bye-bye for now.